Hello and welcome to LFC Transfer Hub, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Ryan Gravenberch responds to Liverpool boos, "I don't really think we deserve this." Ibrahima Konate petrified of the ball, as Virgil van Dijk moment spotted during Chelsea game. Arne Slot responds to Liverpool boos as fans react angrily to Rio Ngumaha decision. Let's dive in, Reds. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with every twist and turn in the transfer window. Our first news is this. Ryan Gravenberch snaps back at Liverpool fans for undeserved response to Chelsea draw. Liverpool star Ryan Gravenberch has hit back at supporters, claiming their reaction wasn't deserved. After the Anfield crowd booed a draw with Chelsea, the Reds took an early lead through the midfielder's strike, but a Wesley Fofana finish brought the away side level, as they took control of the tie. A disallowed goal each followed, as both teams threatened to steal all 3 points, but ultimately they had to settle for a point apiece, which was met with boos from the Liverpool fans. Gravenberch questioned that decision when speaking to TNT Sports, as he said, "To be honest, we need them behind us. Okay, we didn't win, but I don't really think we deserve this reaction. The fans have to be behind us for the full 90 minutes because when they were behind us in the second half, we were pressing really well. We need them. Hopefully they wouldn't do it again in the next 2 games." It's a bold claim from the midfielder, following another game in which the supporters were left frustrated with the performance and the decisions made by the head coach. Arne Slot's decision to substitute Rio Ngumaha off just after the hour mark led to some boos from the crowd, showing just how annoyed they were with the calls being made. Despite Gravenberch's belief that the team didn't deserve the crescendo of boos that followed at full time, he did acknowledge that there was disappointment in the result. "Yes, of course we are disappointed, because we have to share the points," he told TNT Sports. "We wanted the 3 points, but obviously they are a very good team, who play well here, so in the end I do think they deserved a point as well. We created chances, with a couple coming from Dom Szoboszlai. If we had been a bit luckier, those would have gone in. In the end, we didn't make it, so we are a bit disappointed." That may not match the reality of what Liverpool fans saw, however, as Chelsea appeared closer to taking all 3 points on the day. Regardless of that, and the questions surrounding Slot's future at the club, it ended up adding another point to the team's tally in the Premier League, as Champions League qualification edges closer. "It hasn't been a great season from us," Gravenberch later admitted. "There are still 2 games left, so we have to try to win those to secure our Champions League spot. Liverpool needs help from elsewhere to secure a top 5 finish this weekend, while things remain firmly in the team's hands for the final 2 fixtures of the season." Next news, Ibrahima Konate petrified of the ball, as Virgil van Dijk moment spotted during Chelsea game. Former Liverpool defender Stephen Warnock has slammed Ibrahima Konate's performance during the clash between the Reds and Chelsea, having spotted a moment between the French defender and his centre-back partner Virgil van Dijk that it came as the home side took an early lead through Ryan Gravenberch at Anfield, but early dominance was soon wiped out by Wesley Fofana's deft touch from an Enzo Fernandez free kick. The momentum firmly shifted in favour of Chelsea, as the Liverpool backline was put under pressure time and again, putting both Konate and Van Dijk to the test. Warnock questioned the former of the pairing in particular, when giving his assessment on BBC Radio 5 Live, as he said, "There's no pressure on the ball, there's no intensity, they look lost in the system as Chelsea come forward. Chelsea have dominated the ball. Chelsea players have got the run of Anfield at the moment. The line is really deep from Liverpool's point of view. Konate drops all the time, he's petrified of the ball in behind him. Him and Van Dijk are constantly arguing about the bravery of how to hold the line, and Konate is not strong enough to do it." It was another game where the Liverpool defence was under pressure, with Chelsea cutting through the midfield and accessing the backline with ease. That was evident in the goal that was eventually ruled out, with Marc Cucurella picking up space between the defenders before sliding in Cole Palmer for the strike. Fortunately it was ruled out, and Liverpool was able to see out the rest of the game without conceding, despite the Chelsea dominance. While the draw eventually added another point towards the Champions League qualification race, many of the home fans left with more questions than answers about their side. Arne Slot was booed by the Liverpool supporters after substituting Rio Ngumaha off in the second half, while a loud chorus of boos erupted once again at the final whistle. The head coach faces two huge matches to secure a top-5 finish and a return to the Champions League, but he faces some wider dilemmas in getting everyone on the same page. There is a difficulty in getting the right balance, with Konate and Van Dijk not necessarily playing to their strengths by pushing high, but by dropping deep there are bigger spaces for the opposition to exploit. Slot may be running out of time to find the answers, with the questions still mounting on him and his tenure at the club. Next news, Arne Slot responds to Liverpool boos as fans react angrily to Rio Ngumaha decision. Arne Slot has responded to the anger from Liverpool fans after the Reds head coach was booed during his side's 1-1 draw with Chelsea on Saturday. Liverpool dropped yet more points as its dismal season continues, with Champions League qualification still not in the bag. Ryan Gravenberch had given the hosts the lead at Anfield before Enzo Fernandez's free kick managed to find its way through before halftime, with Cole Palmer and Curtis Jones both having goals disallowed in the second half. The frustration was clear from the home supporters, who greeted the final whistle with some boos, but there was a much angrier reaction during the game after Slot's decision to substitute Rio Ngumaha. The teenager had impressed once again on just his third Premier League start, but with just over 20 minutes remaining in the game, Slot chose to bring him off, replacing him with Alexander Isak on the striker's return from injury. The decision did not go down well with the Anfield crowd, who booed loudly before applauding Ngumaha, making it clear that the initial reaction had been directed at his head coach's call. Responding to the boos, Slot told TNT Sports, "I don't think it was some of them, there were a lot that didn't agree with the change, which is completely understandable. He was having problems with his muscles, and when I asked him he said he was not sure he could continue. I knew this would be the reaction because he is such a good player. So often in football, people don't know everything. I am the manager and I need to make decisions. Knowing why makes it more sense for people." Despite dropping more points, Liverpool could still secure Champions League qualification today if results elsewhere go its way. Bournemouth, Brentford and Brighton are all in action on Saturday against Fulham, Manchester City and Wolves respectively. If all three sides lose their games, then the Reds will be assured of a top-5 finish. However, the pressure continues to build on Slot, and with speculation over his future not going away anytime soon, the fans' reaction at Anfield will not help his cause in any way. Next news, Florian Wirtz's absence explained as Liverpool star misses Chelsea clash. Florian Wirtz missed Liverpool's Premier League game against Chelsea due to illness. The German was something of a shock absence from the starting lineup, less than 24 hours after Arne Slot said he expected the German to be involved at Anfield. However, Wirtz dropped out in place of Rio Ngumaha, one of 3 changes for the Chelsea encounter. Wirtz missed training on Wednesday, but asked about the former Bayer Leverkusen man on Friday, Slot replied, "Florian was a bit unwell but trained yesterday as well." The 23-year-old has started the last 6 Premier League games, and every match since recovering from a back injury in early March. Wirtz scored on Liverpool's last Anfield outing, in the 3-1 win over Crystal Palace, but faced criticism following his contribution at Old Trafford last week. "The one player I think has had a very easy ride is Florian Wirtz," claimed Jamie Carragher after Liverpool's 3-2 defeat against Manchester United. "I've never moved clubs, let alone moved to a different country, but I think we've given him time. We've been very, very kind. I commentated on Liverpool away at Burnley earlier in the season, and I described Wirtz as being neat and tidy. I was being kind then. I wouldn't describe him as anything different right now. He's a year into his Liverpool career." Wirtz was one of 3 changes to the team on Saturday, with Freddie Woodman and Andy Robertson dropping out. Georgi Mamardashvili, Milos Kerkez and Ngumaha have been named in the lineup, with the latter starting the 3rd Premier League game of his career against his former club. A win for Liverpool on Saturday would all but secure a top-5 finish. If the Reds win and Bournemouth lose this weekend, a Champions League place will be guaranteed. Our fate is in our own hands, we have no need to rely on anyone else or to hope that fate might conspire in our favor. We just have to get the job done, Slot wrote in his pre-match notes. The reality is that any progress that we make now will stand us in good stead for next season, and the possibility of Champions League qualification is clearly part of this picture. From a financial perspective for the club and from a sporting point of view for the team, we know the importance of finishing in the top 5, and that is why it is always a priority. Next news, Liverpool player ratings versus Chelsea as 4-5/10s flop during board draw. Liverpool stumbled to a point against Chelsea with their 1-1 stalemate at Anfield. Arne Slot's side were outplayed by a team arriving on the back of a dreadful run of form, yet toiled from the moment they broke the deadlock in the 6th minute. Ryan Gravenberch sent Anfield into raptures with a magnificent curling strike into the top corner. Chelsea then levelled when Enzo Fernandez's wide free kick bypassed everyone in the penalty area except for a slight Wesley Fofana deflection, to draw level in a goal that had been brewing. The Reds escaped punishment when Cole Palmer's finish was disallowed for an offside in the build-up involving Marc Cucurella, before Curtis Jones saw a goal of his own ruled out for a similar infringement, and neither side could locate a decisive strike. Georgi Mamardashvili, 7, returned in place of the injured Freddie Woodman and produced some excellent saves from Cucurella and Fernandez, reports the Express. Curtis Jones, 6, continues to find life difficult at right back, with Marc Cucurella repeatedly finding space. Created problems when venturing forward, though such opportunities were scarce. Ibrahima Konate, 5, some erratic distribution put his teammates in difficulty. Limped off after 75 minutes. Virgil van Dijk, 7, required to produce an exquisite header to prevent Chelsea from equalising just moments after Gravenberch's opener. Should have put Liverpool 2 up as well after finding space at the far post in the 11th minute. One of his stronger displays this campaign, but still couldn't manage a clean sheet. Rattled the crossbar with a late header from a corner. Milos Kerkez, 6. Linked up nicely with Ngumaha at times but struggled when Chelsea cranked up the heat going the other direction. Ryan Gravenberch, 8, 2 flawless touches. One to shift the ball from his feet on the area's edge, and another to bend a strike past Philip Jorgensen in the Chelsea net for the opening goal. Alexis Mac Allister, 5, nullified by the Chelsea engine room. Supporters will question why Jones isn't deployed in Mac Allister's role, with Frimpong dropping back into defence. Dominic Szoboszlai, 6, one of his more subdued outings in Liverpool colours this term, though he remained dangerous from dead balls. Struck the woodwork in the second period. Jeremy Frimpong, 5, provided minimal attacking thrust and is becoming a significant concern, with Slot refusing to deploy the Dutchman at right back either. At times looked uncertain about his positioning, with Jones granted greater attacking license in the second period. Cody Gakpo, 5. Should have positioned himself ahead of Wesley Fofana and intercepted Fernandez's free kick, which found the back of the net. But Gakpo delivered another woeful display in attack, which appears to be the norm whether he operates wide or centrally. Carelessly strayed offside when heading back for Jones to tap home from close range. Rio Ngumaha, 7, provided a desperately needed dose of unpredictability to the Liverpool side and emerged as the standout performer of the Liverpool front three. Anfield erupted into a chorus of boos when the teenager was substituted before Gakpo and Frimpong.